What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So I just got done watching The Blackening, and that movie is so good, y'all. Now, just to be clear, it was written as a comedy horror, but I'm not a big like gore horror film person. That's not my genre of, movies. I typically stick to the comedies, the actions, but this movie was so good. And the reason why I say that is because one, it wasn't scary, at least not to me. I haven't heard anybody say it was scary, so that was good. But two, the cultural references are on point, okay? I think that Black American culture is so unique, even though it is, I think, one of our country's biggest exports. And what I mean by that is I think that Black culture is so commercialized and it dominates and it becomes mainstream. If you guys, pay attention to the marketing and advertising now, a lot of big companies use, AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, or a lot of slang, a lot of urban, and before people were like, oh, it's internet slang. It's not. It started with us. But the cultural references throughout this film are so poignant, and they just really give a shout out to Black American culture, because I feel like um our culture is, it's so enriched and it's so beautiful, but at the same time a lot of it is taken in either whitewashed, culturally appropriated, or demonized and criminalized. Like, for instance, the word woke, right? That was used back in like the 70s, 80s. People would say, stay woke, meaning stay aware, keep your head on a swivel, okay? Because it's really dope to be Black in America, but it's also extremely dangerous. And so, um, I actually felt safer when I left the country, the times that I did when I was younger. But going back to this movie, it is it felt like home in a lot of ways, if that makes sense. It was funny. It reminded me of Community. It was like kicking it with a whole bunch of yo cousins, home girls, home boys, and I definitely would encourage all of you to go see it, because even the tagline, where they say, we can't all die first. I mean, that in and of itself, right? Where they're like, they can't kill us all. That's a callback to a lot of films in popular culture and in Hollywood. You know, the Black character usually is the one that dies first, right? So much so that it's become a running joke in Hollywood. And the fact that they play on that trope and they own it and they take agency of it and they make fun of it is brilliant. It reminds me a little bit of Jordan Peele's Get Out with a mix. I don't know. I don't know. I know Tim Story. He is the director and writer, and it was written by Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins as well. But it was based on a 2018 short film named by the comedy trope Three Peat. Okay, so again, for all those people who hate scary movies, I'm one of those. I don't like scary movies, but this one was not. It wasn't scary. At least, like I said, not to me. It's not for children though. I mean, I want to be clear. It's definitely for adults. It has a lot of adult themed humor, and I wouldn't take anybody under the age of 16 to see it. Okay. But yeah, it came out last year, 2022, and it stars Dwayne Perkins, again, one of the writers. He stars in it as well, and his name is Dwayne, by the way. Grace Byers, if you guys remember her on Harlem and on Empire. Jermaine Fowler, Melvin Gregg, Ex Mayo, Antoinette Robinson, Jay Farrell, and Yvonne Orgy, okay, from Insecure. Now, again, these are just, regular smegular Black American, young folks going to rent a cabin in the woods on Juneteenth. Unfortunately, they become the target of this crazy man, okay, who is, out for, just puts a target on their back. I'll say that. And there's a lot of satire in it as well. And so it begins with Morgan, who's played by Yvonne Orgy, and Sean J. Farrell. You guys remember him from Saturday Night Live. But they arrive to the cabin first. Okay, they're a couple. And they plan on celebrating Juneteenth with all of their friends. So in the basement, they discover a board game, and it's called the Blackening. Okay. And it features this really racist type caricature, which is prominent throughout, the early American culture, with blackface and the big, exaggerated lips. And so all of a sudden the lights go out and a mysterious voice demands that the couple play the game. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give any spoilers away. I just want you guys to enjoy the film. But sometime later, their friends come. So Lisa, Allison, Dwayne, they make their way to the cabin, King, and they talk about relationships. They're a big group dynamic. So of course, folks have, they make up to break up, and, couples do what couples do, right? In college groups. So they're a big group of college friends. There's Namdi, there's Lisa, there's Shanika. And so Shanika meets Clifton at the gas station. And he also is like, oh yeah, I'm joining the group. So before leaving the gas station, Shanika sees this like gas station clerk. Okay. So anyway, eventually everybody trickles in and they make it to the cabin, and, they start partying and, playing games. Anyway, they realize that, if you guys have seen the trailer, that one of the cabin members is being held hostage. So they have to play the game in order to free their friend. Okay. And so once they start playing the game, then, it's just mayhem after that, right? Because the questions, again, are, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, there's a couple like for the culture questions where they specifically focus on Black culture. They're similar to that, except the stakes are higher, of course, because they're trying to save their friend. And also the questions are just mad funny. They are riddled with some, stereotypes, but the way that it's framed is poking fun at those stereotypes. Okay. Because this is an all Black cast with an all Black production team and writers and directors. So they know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, the movie is hilarious, you guys. It was very successful. I think it took $5 million to make, and they either tripled or quadrupled that profit. So shout out to Tim Story and Dwayne Perkins and all the writers and directors, because they did an amazing job in this movie. And I just want to tell you, please stay and watch the end, because the end speaks directly to the Black experience, y'all. It is, when I tell you, they hit the nail on the head when they're all outside after they've gone through the whole ordeal, and they speak to the reality that we face. Is real. So anyway, that's all I got, y'all. If you have seen it, please let me know your favorite part without giving away any spoilers, because we want everybody to, enjoy the movie. But I encourage all of you, if you are a fan of Black American culture, please go see it with your friends. You will laugh. It is hilarious. And drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. As always, I want to hear from you. Please be sure to like the video. It's a free way to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will talk with you later. Take care, aces. Bye.